it's Deanna, and we are going to work on the jelly roll rug. So we thought we'd go ahead and get this going for you guys and just give you guys a little bit of familiarity with how to make one of these. We're not going to share any of the secrets of the pattern because RJ Designs did a great job of writing this pattern. So we don't want to give the secret sauce of her pattern, but we thought we would give you guys some tips on how to make your jelly roll rug that we've experienced as we've been making it. So let us give you a couple tips here. We have our jelly roll rug ball here, and you make these really, really long strips. And you use a jelly roll, or some fabric companies call them roly-polies. Let me show you some. Hold on for one moment. We've got a couple right here. This is usually a roly-poly. You need a roly-poly pack that's got about 40 pieces in there. Sometimes when you're looking at the roly-poly pack, you can also see what your rug might look like as you see the ripple of the colors in the roly-poly. So you can sometimes get really odd fabrics and a really odd roly-poly pack if you can find something on a great sale. It's a great way to make it. If you've got a lot of fabric that you have left over at your home, it's 2.5 inches. Of course, a roly-poly is a 2.5 inch piece of fabric, and by 42 inches, so that's the width of the fabric. And there's 40 pieces in a jelly roll pack. So if you happen to be making, want to use your own scraps for a jelly roll, you can kind of think about the math of how you would do that. So that way you don't have to buy a jelly roll. So jelly rolls are usually, Vanessa, what are the prices? Jelly rolls are pretty expensive if you ask me.
They are. They're like $40, I want to say.
Yeah, they're about $40. So if you can find one cheaper than $40, you've got a good deal there going. Right here, we are using the Bake Sale Roly-Poly by Lori Holt because we're doing the Let's Bake quilt. And I thought that this might be a fun one to do. It could be a kitchen rug. It could be just an accent rug or anything like that. Vanessa, will you, when you're done, we also have a spray protectant for you guys that if you want to spray it with something, we can spray. It's right over there in the corner. So we've got some spray right here. It's called Fabric Shield Protection, and it's available on Stitches Quilting, but it says that it protects against UV rays, which would be really nice, dust, dirt, grease, oil, water, and it's a water repellent. So if anyone's interested in protecting their rug, they can use that. But remember, the fibers that you're using here are cotton. It's recommended that you use a cotton batting, but I know people that have used an 80-20 batting and they've had just fine of a job. But this is a washable rug. Might be a little awkward in the wash. But, oh, we've got like a knot right there. That's pretty funny. Okay, so what you do is you just sew all those together. You do need to purchase the pattern. So we're not giving away any of the secret sauce of the pattern itself. We're going to just kind of give you some tips of what we have felt has made making one of these rugs easier for you, and I think it's a lot of fun. So yeah, I know, Andy, this is on a list. It's been on my list to do too. There are so many people out there making jelly roll rugs. It's crazy. Okay, so we've got our nice long thing here. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do a long strip like this. And I'm not going to give you guys any measurements or anything like that because you really should. And the pattern is available at Stitches Quilting as something that we would mail to you. So, but yeah, so you can definitely get that there. One thing that we recommend is to use a sew fine thread for the joining together of your strip into the rug. You need about, she recommends on the back that you need about, I think it's 1,200 yards of thread is what you need. So this spool has 3,280 yards of thread on it. So, and what I really like about this is it's a light blue, but when you lay the fabric on when you lay the piece of thread on top of your fabric, what I love about this light blue is it really doesn't show up as anything significant. So it's really a good blender. I believe this light blue is. I've seen some made with a light blue, and it's not that dark thread because we kind of pieced ours together with that one dark thread right there. But it's really a good colored thread. We were using a variegated thread, but we found that, here, let me get back in the screen. So I'm going to put that back behind my sewing machine so we can use that spool. Which you can put that just in a ball jar sitting behind your sewing machine, and that works out great. But we used a 40 weight thread thinking, oh, it'll be stronger, but it really didn't work because the 40 weight thread made it so that everything is just, it's really wonky with a domestic sewing machine in your bobbin. So I don't know if anyone has suggestions on a 40 weight thread or not. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to just kind of wind this back up. We've put it into a basket. So this is kind of like your ball. It reminds me as like a kitty, like that would want to play with this ball. But you're going to have a chance to play with this ball. So we've put it in a basket. Let me go ahead and show you. This isn't a good example, but you're going to want to grab a ball jar like this. We do have this thread. I do have this thread for sale at stitchesquilting.com, but what you do is you put your big spool of thread in like a ball jar like this and just put it behind your sewing machine. Oh, let me take a picture. Let me move the camera so you can see that real fast. So you can see this is behind my sewing machine, and I'm just putting this right here. And then I brought the thread up out of it, and I've threaded my machine, and you can make a whole bunch of bobbins ready. Oh, that's in the way. That's the spray. So that's a good way to go ahead and work with a large spool of thread. Otherwise, you're going through a lot of thread. So I would recommend getting a thread like that. And we've tried to price it at an affordable price at about $14 or $13 for that large spool, but you can use that for all your piecing. We do have some other colors. We haven't posted them online yet. So what we're going to do is you just zigzag stitch this. I am going to give you the inches of what we felt like, because every sewing machine is different. So we're going to give you the inches of what we felt like was the right stitch for this. So I have my machine on a zigzag stitch. Mine says a 5.5, but we're actually going to, I'll just make this one little strip right here. I'm going to show you what this looks like. So, and it's kind of relaxing. You just sit here and zigzag around. And there's really anything you could make with things. You could make coasters, you could make bowls, you could make the rug, you can make just about anything with this. So once you kind of learn the concept of working with this, it's amazing how you could make anything, and it would be a great scrap buster. Vanessa, what are we gonna give for this? Oh my gosh, maybe we should just do one big giveaway and give a spool of thread? I don't know. Let's think about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this back up. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to measure this, but we just did a zigzag stitch along here. Oh, another thing is usually people piece their fabrics, like all the reds together from their jelly roll, all the blues together, all the pinks, all the greens, so that you kind of see the coloration gradually go out and build out. But we decided to go ahead and do it scrappy, all right? So we're doing ours in a scrappy way. So I'm going to grab my ruler right here, and I'm going to measure this for you. So on this jelly roll rug, our zigzag stitch is about 1/4 inch wide. And I don't know if I can measure. And zigzags between each other, they don't have to be super close, are about 1/8 of an inch wide. Okay, so let me show you this up close again. Yeah, so the stitch length, so between the two is about 1/8 of an inch, and then that's 1/4 of an inch wide with a zigzag. And see how it's just not super tight? And it'll work. And I really, really recommend this So Fine thread or a large spool of So Fine thread. If any of you guys are long armors, I'm sure you guys have those laying around. But if you're not, then you're going to want to go ahead and try that. So we're going to just build this around. So let me go ahead and keep going here with the foot. So just one moment. So you just kind of, you know, work this around and keep working it around and around. And I'm going to just, once again, just do the jelly roll rug. Have any of you guys made it? Have any of you guys made this rug yet? So there we go. When you get to a certain point, you're going to want to put your ball on the floor between your feet and have it feed up for you. So, and you want it to catch both sides of the fabric. So I'm going to just position it so I'm kind of going over the middle of the seam. And on this one, I'm piecing together like a red fabric and a blue fabric. So I can kind of see that quickly. But let me know what questions you guys have.
So Vivian has a question about, can you make it a round rug?
Oh, you could make this anything you want.
It has instructions in the instructions to make it more round instead of oval.
Yes. In fact, in her instructions, it has instructions to make it more round instead of more oval. I'm trying to think. I've got like a rope bowl that I made. And we could buy just some basic rope to go ahead and make, say, a coaster and to experiment with some other different things. So you can actually see we actually unpicked ours because we were using a 40 weight thread thinking, oh, that stronger thread will be great because I had some, and it was a variegated color thread. But to tell you the truth, I think I really like just this light blue. You could use a gray, just nothing that's too stark. But I've seen them made a couple different ways. Has anyone made them, and do you have any thread, any thread tips to give? And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to leave my needle down. So I just turn this needle down when I'm getting ready to go around the points of this. So this is a good project that if your sewing machine has a needle up, needle down feature, that you'll want that sewing machine in the needle down position. And I'm going to put mine in that position. There we go. And I'm going to go right around that corner. Okay. So, and then come on back up here. But you can see we're just building this out. And once you start this basic framework, this is where we need to then put the ball down here at our feet and let it pull up. Now, you also want to remember what is the top and the bottom of your rug so that you're not accidentally building it the wrong way around. So you don't have room to build it out. So you can see I'm just feeding this along. And I just keep feeding it and feeding it. And it's growing. And I'm making sure I'm going and matching those seams, the edges of it together. So it would just be like building a rope basket, building a rope coaster. I will grab some inexpensive rope from Walmart and go ahead and teach you guys a little bit more about, making a plate, like a rope plate that could be an accent, making a coaster, making a bowl, and how to shape it so that it actually is, it's growing and it's kind of tapering out as a bowl. So have any of you guys made the bowls? Have any of you guys made the bowls? So I'm going to go ahead, and I didn't go live on Facebook. You guys can look at this because you can see on her pattern. See how the colors are all red and then blue and then orange and yellow? See how she kind of has that rainbow effect? It looks really nice. Libby, did you make one of these? But you can go ahead and see what our scrappy one will take a look like. So really, you just kind of keep building it out, and it feels relaxing, you know? It's nothing overwhelming. And you just kind of keep it coming up, and then it's coming up down here from the floor so that it's easier to build this out. So have you guys made it? You made a bowl. Okay. Okay, good. Yep, this has been on, I've enjoyed this, and if you look on social media, everybody is making these, posting pictures about it, which we need to do that in our Facebook group too, and do it on Instagram, and you know, just share it everywhere, wherever you might be most present. But our Facebook group is Everyone Can Quilt Facebook group, if you guys happen to be on there, and it's always fun to have people join. And I love seeing what everybody posts as pictures of what you guys are making and what you guys are working on. And everybody is just so creative. I'd love to see someone do this with all their scraps. A jelly roll rug. Wouldn't it be just a fantastic scrap buster? So we do have a couple jelly rolls on the site. We've got a puppy dog one. We've got, let's see here, some other really cute ones. So you could make one for your dog, say a rug for them to lay on, whatever you kind of think that would be fun. But remember, you could just buy just really some kind of fabric that you're just really not attracted to, but look at the colors in the roll, because that's really what you're going to see the most, is really the colors. You're not going to notice the motifs and the design that is on the fabric as much. So anyways, but if you think about it, you would need 40 strips, 2.5 inches wide, if you wanted to make this out of your own scraps. And I'd love to see what you guys would think about it. Okay, I'm going to take this off of here in just a second so that you guys can see what this looks like. So, but definitely use a lightweight fiber, like a thread. And So Fine is actually a polyester thread. So it's not cotton, it's less likely to break. So I don't know how you guys feel about using a polyester thread versus a cotton thread. I thought a 40 weight cotton thread would be a great idea, but that was not a good idea. So we were just kind of using something that I had because I do have a long arm. And so we were using that to do that. But I'll tell you what, we'll do a quick live video of also building out, say, a rope, and building out different things in the shape of a rope. Does that make sense? So we'll have somebody win this spool of the blue So Fine thread, and then we'll ship that out to you. We'll do like a bigger winning. And I do have 12 yards of fabric to give away this month. I'm going to give away one on Facebook and one on Instagram. So, okay, so let me just end that right there. I'm going to bring this up, cut the thread, and I'm going to show this up to you up close. So you can see, I guess I'm using my glasses to look at that, but you can see, you don't really notice much of the zigzag with that light blue. Don't you think it's a good blender of a color of a thread? And here's what the back looks like. So you can see we actually used like a dark blue thread to bind these together, which I think looks really pretty, but you could do whatever you want. But that's what it looks like. And then as this keeps going round and round, then it will just keep building out to be a large rug. So does anybody have any questions? Okay. Oh, so this is how it looks scrappy. So you could do a scrappy rug, or you could do a rug where it's more of like a graduated colors and where you're stacking your colors together. Does that make sense? So that would be really a lot of fun. But that's what that looks like. So you can see what the basic framework of this is. So what you need to keep doing is just sitting here and zigzag this as you just keep building and building and building it out. And we'll go ahead and do another video in a little bit of it as at a really large size and how to deal with the awkwardness of it being that large. Does that sound good? So any other questions you guys have? Any other questions at all? Let me know. Vanessa, do you see any other questions?
I don't.
But I think that this will be a fun rug to go with the Lori Holt Let's Bake quilt. Since it's, you know, this could be like a kitchen rug, although I wouldn't want it to get too dirty. You know what I mean? It just would be a fun accent in the kitchen with some other items. So, anyways, okay. So cannot wait to get your pattern. Yes, so you can buy the pattern from Stitches Quilting. You can buy it anywhere online. You can also buy it as a PDF download directly from the artist. I should put that link on the site. If you say anything in the comments about the jelly roll rug, that you need the pattern, you need the kit, you need whatever, then you will go ahead and Facebook will automatically send you the link where you can get some more instructions about it, and it has scanned in the back of the pattern and everything that you need to make the project. So you need about, she recommends 1 1/4 yards of cotton batting. So you could use a cotton batting or you could use an 80-20. I think whatever you have around, I think people should use up what they've got. What do you guys think? So I think that's always a really good idea. So, anyways, let me know if you guys have any other questions. So you need the pattern for the jelly roll rug. I agree. This is a great pattern, and we do have lots for sale online at Stitches Quilting. So, anyways, but hello everybody, you guys. It's so good to see you. I just thought, heck, everybody's really anxious to learn about this. But that's how you start building it, and you can see it's pretty simple and it goes very fast. So then you just have to keep building it bigger and bigger with just a simple zigzag stitch. And I think that you'll feel a lot less guilty. I don't know, sometimes I feel guilty using up so much thread, but I feel less guilty with using this So Fine thread. And the So Fine thread, you can fit a lot more thread on a bobbin than you can just ordinary, regular, like 50. It is a 50 weight thread, but you can fit a lot more on the bobbin with the So Fine thread. And then I don't feel so bad using up gobs of thread. You know, because the rest of this right here, I can use to piece quilts. I can use to do just about anything. Right now we only have the colors blue and gray up, but we've got a lot of other colors to add. So anyways, okay, well, Vanessa, do you want to find someone that should win the role of the So Fine? We'll do one winner because this is a really good prize. But let's have Vanessa find somebody. She's looking on there. And you guys, thanks for being so sweet and kind and always watching the videos. I think it's a lot of fun.
How about Judy Torfy?
Okay, Vanessa said Judy, and what's the last name?
Torfy, T-O-R-P-H-Y.
Torfy, Judy Torfy. So if Judy Torfy, if you're still on, send me your address, so that we can mail you your So Fine spool of blue thread. And I think you guys will like this. When you're a long armer, you kind of always take the thread out and lay it on the fabric and see what you think. And you do have to kind of do that with this thread. Anyways, okay, well, very fun, you guys. We will come back on probably in maybe tomorrow or the next day and let you know what this looks like as it gets really big and how to awkwardly kind of manage it and manage it with your sewing machine with it being really large. Does that sound good? So I hope you guys can cut up your fabric. If you do start cutting them up or you have your jelly roll, take a picture and snap a shot of it and post it in the Everyone Can Quilt group, because we would love to see what your jelly roll, what your fabric looks like before, and then what it looks like after you've made the rug. And let's also talk about what other things we can make like this. So we can make bowls, we could make coasters, we could make like plates that are decorative. There's so many different things that we can make. And I do think that this is interesting product to go ahead and protect it. But remember, you can wash your rug because this is all washable fabric. Anyways, all right, well, you guys have a great day, and we will see you a little bit later. Have fun, you guys. And I'll put a post up about the jelly roll rug too, but there is a place that you can go, and Facebook will send you the message so that you can find everything that you need for it and just understand a little bit more about the jelly roll rug. Have fun. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Oh, and Judy, there you are. Send me your address. Thank you.